we decided to do the Aero, which was very ambitious.
How do you feel knowing the plane lives a new life here in Czech Republic?
Oh, my father was a great influence on my life.
What has flying taught you?
Learn to fly, speak Czech, just get in the air. We decided to do the Aero, which was very ambitious.
So we got a little surprise for you today also, because when I was to Podhořany to make interview with Richard Santus, I met there also Jamesem Lewisovi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And I know that you were the owner from who bought Richard Aero 145.
Yes, we were very fortunate to purchase it off an owner in Australia called Richard Ellis.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd owned the aircraft probably in the 1980s, and then we purchased the aircraft about 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it was we were, I think, probably the third owner in Australia.
And you know Richard before, or it was
No,
the first time when you got in touch?
Yeah, I met Richard because I saw the aircraft advertised. It was in the newspaper, and it was looking for a new owner, and we had not seen one before, so we rang him, and he said he had 2 or 3 of them, and this was the only one flying.
Okay, so that's interesting. So how do you feel knowing the plane lives a new life here in Czech Republic?
Oh, that's a great question. So my father and I mean, we were very, very keen that the aircraft had a permanent home. It was very important to us that when we did the renovation and we got the aircraft restored, that the airplane would eventually come back to the Czech Republic. And that was our dream. My dad was a very experienced pilot, so he and I thought that maybe we would fly it back. But as we became more experienced with the aircraft, we realized that probably someone else should do that. And that's how we met Richard. So our dream was it should definitely be in the Czech Republic because of the culture, the aircraft maintenance history, and also the appreciation, because it's more at home here. And Australia's great, and it's been well treated in Australia, as I hope we can. But long term, it's a dream come true for me.
And I forgot to ask you, you are also a pilot?
Yes, yeah. My father was a great influence on my life. So he was an airline pilot, an aircraft engineer. And so I joined him, becoming a pilot, and he was very keen for me to become a professional pilot, which I did. And then we did helicopters, fixed wing, multi-engine, but we never did vintage. And so as I got more experienced in my career and he was getting a little bit older, we decided to do the Aero, which was very ambitious.
I've been flying in Australia, and can you see any difference between flying in Australia or here in Czech Republic?
Yeah, I think the Aero is a perfect example of the sort of aircraft that we have in Australia at different times. Australia's a very big country. It has a lot of challenging environments. It's very dry. It's long distances, and so the Aero has a lot of fuel and has a lot of clever design features for its time. And the fact that it was bought to do government work indicated that it's a specific need. But in the Czech Republic, it has a different need. Your airports are slightly different. They're more like we see today, the grass, and more smaller distances, but still you're intercontinental. So we are one continent, but you are flying between country to country to country. So it does everything, and it's hard-wearing. So in Australia, we need hard-wearing aircraft. We needed comfort, we needed reliability, and we also needed cost-effectiveness. And this aircraft burns a good amount of fuel. It goes a long way, but like everything, spare parts, who knows? So that's the biggest thing with aircraft now is the maintenance.
Okay. If you could say one thing to young people who are dreaming about flying.
Well, I think we're all inspired. We're inspired by things that capture our interest. And if aviation captures your interest, I would definitely be courageous to commit and give yourself time. And sure, it's not meant to be difficult, but it certainly is challenging. Be honest with yourself. Be true to yourself with your interests. And if this interests you, and aviation is something exciting, and you like the people, I think importantly, the people you meet, which for me, I've always met great people, internationally, then follow that passion.
So that's great to hear that it's international
Yeah.
thing, that you can meet good people.
Yeah, you meet really great people. Generally, it doesn't matter if we all speak the same language or not. I mean, English, unfortunately, I can't speak Czech, and I'm very sorry, or French. But the international language of aviation is really the passion. And then, of course, the aircraft bring us together, helicopters as well, you name it. But aviation is a really small family, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, that's true. And you can just sit down and watch the airplanes, and you don't need to speak.
No, that's absolutely right. I mean, you can enjoy the art, and you can enjoy the environment. So yeah, I think there's a lot to offer for kids and younger generations getting interested in aviation. I think we need new pilots of any sort of background, and there are so many jobs that I think are coming up in the aviation sector, even air traffic control, ground services. There's a really wonderful sort of range of jobs in aviation.
And I think nowadays it's not so interesting maybe for young people to be a pilot or something like that. Is it the same in your country, in Australia?
I think it's universal. I think now that there are so many options for talent, and I think the 9-to-5 lifestyle or the freedom is definitely something that we are experiencing now in every job. So work from home, etc., or freedom to pick up your job and leave it. In aviation, like many careers, requires a commitment. But for me, I think that's some of the best things in life you have to commit to.
It's a nice question. Who's flying hero to you?
I think that's a really interesting question. I think that we meet these people when we don't expect them. A lot of them, of course, are the heroes from our parents' generation, if they are working in the industry. But if not in the industry, they are the people who are flying our airliners, fighting in the air forces or whatever, from those stories, because they inspire us about leadership, I would say. And then also the people that are delivering and doing the work for us, the customer service people. As I get older, I appreciate just how well our airports work. And they become our heroes, the people who find our bags, keep the aircraft running, and the maintenance people. So they're not as always in the movies, but as I get older, I'm like, they are really quite heroic to me.
Yeah.
But when you're younger, it's like,
but when I
Tom
need
Cruise.
some name or
so heroes to me,
the first one who can.
So I think for like Kingsford Smith, Lindbergh, Doolittle, the era of the 1920s and 30s, where the machines required really strong characters, but that's changing over time. So those great explorers of aviation, Amelia Earhart, of course, there are so many, but they all have one thing in common, which is this determination, which I think is important.
What has flying taught you?
Flying has taught me the ability to manage my resources. So the fuel, the time, the environment. And I think that when you're learning it for your license, you don't appreciate how useful that is in your life. So for me, it's the appreciation of everything that goes into flying, your relationships with people, the spare parts, the need to actually finish the flight safely. So all these things, when you step off from an aircraft, you go home at night, that's all really important for your daily life. So it's taught me everything, really, life skills.
And maybe last question. Have you ever tried to fly here in Czech Republic with some small plane?
We were going to fly today.
Yeah?
And I have to come back. I think we might go flying a little bit later on. But about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I did a really lovely flight around Prague in the Morava. So the aircraft that we're lucky to have also in this hangar. I think it was half an hour. So no, I haven't done enough flying in the UK or in Czech Republic.
And do you need some special permission, or your license is?
I think the now with online, all the information, the resources, we can find out how to convert your license across. But probably the best thing, or the easiest thing, is to find an instructor to go for a trial flight or a lesson, and then at least you're flying, and then you have the safety pilot
then
with you.
Then he confirmed that you can.
Yeah, I think so. If you've got a month or two, and let's say you want to fly across America or fly in the Czech Republic, convert your license. or come for a course, come for a holiday, do a month here, learn to fly, speak Czech. But no, I think the best way is, what do you need? Do you just want to go for a flight in the back of the aircraft? Is also fun, but just get in the air.
Okay, so that's great. Thank you for interview. I'm
Thank
really happy.
No, I'm really embarrassed. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's really sweet. That's very kind. Thank you. Thank you.
Golf Radio Oscar Kilo Alfa, Uniform India 04, finále dráhy 22.